And good evening. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night. I'm Tom Yamas in for David. And as we come to the end of another week, the coronavirus is raging and on the move. This week, 13 states saw a record number of cases, 15 states a record of hospitalizations, and 7 states a record number of deaths. The death toll from the coronavirus, take a look, up 20% from a week ago. More than 145,000 lives have been lost. The Sun Belt now the hardest hit, but the surge is moving north. Georgia setting a single-day record of more than 4,800 cases. Maryland and Virginia seeing cases rise after declining in June. But Florida remains the epicenter, cases topping 400,000, more than 12,000 new cases just today. So many cases in Arizona, some COVID patients are being transferred to hospitals in New Mexico. Hospitalizations in Texas are at a record high. South of San Antonio, crematoriums in Hidalgo County have a 2-week waiting list. 24 hours after President Trump conceded that some hotspot cities may need to delay reopening schools, Houston saying their schools will stay closed at least until after Labor Day. The CDC issuing new guidance insisting COVID poses relatively little risk to kids. And as more governors impose statewide mask mandates this week, McDonald's is the latest business to require face coverings at its 14,000 locations nationwide beginning August 1st. We have a lot to get to tonight, and ABC's Victor Oquendo leads us off in Florida.
Tonight, with the nation seeing another day of more than 1,000 deaths, a 20% increase week to week, the nation's top infectious disease doctor Anthony Fauci, considering his age, saying he wouldn't be dining out or flying on an airplane, and that hard-hit states should halt their reopenings.
You certainly have to call a pause and maybe even a backing up a bit.
White House Task Force Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx comparing the outbreaks in Florida, Texas, and California to the Northeast early on in the pandemic.
What we have right now are essentially 3 New Yorks.
Tonight, 30 states reporting increases in daily deaths. California setting another record for a second day in a row. Cases are still skyrocketing in Florida, more than 300,000 new infections in just the past month. More than 50 Florida hospitals have no available ICU beds. Doctors suiting up in PPE. Giving us a look inside Miami's Jackson Memorial Hospital's expanded COVID ward.
It's extremely busy. So we're full. Our waiting room is full. All our areas are full.
Tonight, McDonald's and Chipotle joining a growing list of companies now making masks mandatory in stores. 2 weeks after the president blasted the CDC's guidelines to reopen schools, calling them very tough and expensive, the agency releasing new guidance defending the push to get children back into the classroom, saying COVID poses a low risk to kids.
We owe it to our nation's children to take personal responsibility, to do everything we can to lower the levels of COVID-19 so they can go back to school safely.
The CDC recommending masks for children over the age of 2, providing checklists to help parents decide whether to send their kids back. A large study in South Korea finding that children under the age of 10 are the only group that spreads the virus less than adults. According to a new ABC News Ipsos poll, only 44% of parents are willing to send their kids to school.
It hit me real hard.
Tina Camejo spent a week in the hospital fighting the virus. She believes her 4-year-old brought it home from daycare and spread it through the house, saying he now has the antibodies.
I saw the kids go through it, and they're kind of just, passing it along. Very, very light, mild symptoms. My concern mostly would be the kids transmitting it to older faculty, staff members, in the schools.
With the situation worsening in Kentucky, the governor asked if he were a teacher, would he go back inside a classroom?
I wouldn't ask a teacher to do that today. Today, where we are right now, I would not ask that.
Alabama breaking its record for the most cases Thursday. Teacher Jeff Lee says he's afraid to go back.
Are you growing a little more anxious? Are you fearful? What's it like?
Yes, very much so. I think about it constantly, day and night, and, even dream about the scenarios.
One teacher who was so concerned tonight. Victor Oquendo joins us now from a testing site in Miami Beach, closed for the night. And Victor, the nation's top health officials are seeing some positive signs emerging in some of the hard-hit states.
Tom, that key indicator, the rate of people testing positive, is declining in places like California, Arizona, and in Texas. If those numbers continue to trend down, we could start to see fewer deaths and fewer hospitalizations. In Miami, the mayor is saying they're starting to see a flattening, but no decline yet. Tom?
All right, we hope it stays in that rate. Victor, thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.